Yo, so we're back with another one, and I'm glad to be here, but check me out. We're going to talk about something very important today, very important, and that is storytelling. So, this is something that I have had to practice. This is something that I have to constantly put into work and think about, and that is storytelling. So, storytelling is not just about beginning, middle, and end. That's not what storytelling is about, especially not when it comes to videography, because whenever you say beginning, middle, and end, that more so describes writing a story or developing a storyboard, something that someone I believe is going to have to read at some point, or something that someone is going to have to draw, right? But when it comes to videography, it's a slightly different because you have to be able to storyboard your videos in a way where it creates a journey and it describes what's happening without using words. Now that is one of the most difficult things that you can do, is being able to tell a story without words. So I'm going to put up a quick clip right here so you can actually see what storytelling can look like whenever done correctly. Okay, so here's the clip. Now, in that video, you saw a few things. You saw me driving the Jeep down the road. You saw different angles of the Jeep. You saw the storyboard of how I gave you a different vantage point of being able to look inside the Jeep from a first person point of view. You saw the third person where the Jeep was coming around the corner but also leaving. So now you're developing a story in a way where it tells the viewers that we're clearly going somewhere. Where are we going? What are we doing? I see this person. They're clearly driving on a dirt road. They're clearly in the back of the woods. They're surrounding. It creates scale. It creates imagination. These are the things that you need when it comes to telling a story, right? Even when it comes to getting out of the Jeep, getting back in the Jeep, all the things are very, very necessary. Opening the trunk, all those things are necessary when it comes to telling stories. So the hardest part about it is, I would like to say, is doing it, right? Doing it is the hardest part. Because behind the scenes of that story, what you will notice is that one, you have to go out there, stop the car, go set your Jeep up. You have to frame it, right? Get it in the correct framing. And then you have to get back in your car just to drive your Jeep past your camera, stop, get out and grab your camera and get back in. Like, it takes a lot of work, but you have to do that multiple times. However, it is a rewarding process because that's just a part of being able to develop a story. These are the things that's needed. Now, in the conversation of having to develop a story for Instagram or short form content, okay? A lot of the times you have to get three different shots. Three shots, that's all you need. You need a wide angle shot to set the picture, set the scale of where we're going to be. You need a medium shot that puts you inside of the frame so we can say, okay, this person is inside of this place. The medium shot will tell them that, okay, they're at this table. And then the third shot is a really, really close up shot that where the person or the viewer can see what you're doing. Okay. And a lot of the times people use those shots as B-roll shots or the entire sequence is a B-roll shot, but specifically that small frame shot is a B-roll shot of just a really, really small subtle details that add value, that puts you in a place that creates a mental note of what the user or what the viewer is supposed to be looking at. Okay, so those are the 3 different shots, and then you can have those different shots come in and out with different B-rolls, little small details. I actually have an example right here for you, so check this out right here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So that's advice for storyboarding. A lot of people take those storyboarding tips and they have to write it out. If you have an idea, of course, I would say write it down so you don't forget. But a lot of people use those storyboarding tips for, developing their overall YouTube channels and their content as well. Because if you have a storyboard, then you have a journey. And a lot of our viewers definitely want to go on a journey with us. They want to be able to do that. So those are just storyboarding tips. But also, bonus tip, make sure there's a purpose to your story. So if you're going to be teach. If you're going to be showing some action, show some action. If you're simply going to be showcasing different things as far as like workflow or process driven, you have to be able to entertain or you have to be able to educate. So those are the 2 requirements, right? And a lot of these B-roll clips that I showed you, or a lot of these storyboarding clips throughout this video that I showed you, are little storyboarding clips that I was developing for different ideas that I was in the process of creating videos for that never reached the light of day. However, they're still useful for simple examples that I want to be able to tell people and also teach people and show people. However, if you're ever struggling with developing a story or trying to figure out what you want to do or how you want to do it, just start with something simple where you have a camera following you, or you simply explain what you're doing in the video by working through it. And you don't need much, all right? You don't need much. Don't think you need a whole lot of gear. The more gear you have, sure, you can get different angles or you can set up different angles, but gear is not a requirement. You really only need a tripod, a camera, and a lens. All of the videos that I showed you on this actual video right here were done with a camera, a lens, and a tripod. So you don't need much gear. You just have to be willing to put in the work and make a few adjustments. But if you like this video, if you have any tips or tricks or any ideas, please subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you want to help me and help this channel, it definitely will help by putting a comment, liking, and subscribing. We need the algorithm. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so we got a long way to go, but we're going to keep pushing. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.